Good morning everyone, I'm Chef Annalie Mariano and I'd like to congratulate you for being your school's official delegates. I'm also here to teach you how to calculate the cost of your dishes, specifically the sandwiches that you're going to prepare. But before this, why is it important to estimate the value of the dishes we make? There are several reasons. First is to help us determine the recommended selling price. Second is to ensure profit. Third is to determine food costs or ingredient costs and to allow us to make adjustments when necessary. And lastly, this is important because it will provide you with a skill that is used in all food service establishments. Now that you know the reasons why it is important to determine or know the cost of your dishes, let us now focus on the skills and information that you should possess to help you with this task. You must have a standardized recipe that also shows the exact quantity of ingredients. You must also have the exact price of your ingredients. And lastly, your mathematical skills will come in handy. Possessing all these skills will enable you to determine food costs easily. But to make your task easier, Gardenia and I prepared a recipe costing sheet to help you. For the recipe costing sheet, the first information that I have to put is the recipe name. So in this case, the example that I gave is an herbed grilled cheese sandwich. Second, you have to put the yield, which is 4 servings, and the portion size, which is 2 slices per serving. For the first column, you have to list down the ingredients. In this case, it's gardenia white bread, butter, garlic, spring onions, and sliced cheese. For the second column, you would list down the quantity of the ingredients that you would be needing. So in this case, the quantity is either in tablespoons, cups, or slices. For the third column, you have to convert the quantity to the same unit as the price so that you would be able to compute for the cost. In this case, the butter, which is in cups, should be converted to grams. Therefore, half cup of butter is equal to 112.5 grams. So you do the same to the other ingredients as well. For the fourth column, this is the unit price, which is simply the market price of the ingredients that you are using in the recipe. And then, to be able to compute for the cost, the last column is the computed cost for all your ingredients that you would be using for the recipe. So, since you already have the same unit as the weight and the unit price, you would be able to compute for the actual cost of the ingredients used in the recipe. After getting all the costs of the individual ingredients, you just add it all up to come up with the total cost, which is 118 pesos. Since the recipe's yield is 4 servings, you simply divide the total cost by the yield. So divide 118 pesos by 4 and the cost per portion is 30 pesos. However, there are still several steps you must undertake before you can use the recipe costing sheet. Step 1 is conversion. Make sure that each ingredient quantity should be the same as price per unit. Likewise, cups and tablespoons or measurements should be converted to grams. For example, 1 cup is equal to 16 tablespoons and is also equal to 240 ml. 1 bar of butter is equal to 225 grams. And 1 tablespoon is equal to 15 ml. Step 2 is to find the cost per ingredient. And lastly, step 3 is for you to find all the cost of your ingredients, which involves dividing by food cost percentage and dividing by yield to determine the price per piece. All of these steps will help you determine the food cost. Should you have questions or are encountering difficulties, you can ask the Gardenia personnel or the organizers to assist you. The skill or knowledge of determining food cost will likewise help you in undertaking the next activity, should you be fortunate enough to secure a place or win in Gardenia's The Next Big Sandwich Hit.
Lastly, please remember that even if there is a substitute for an ingredient, the quality of the ingredients should remain your number one priority, especially when making a sandwich. After all, a good sandwich starts with a good bread, like the world-class breads of Gardenia.
For the business implementation phase, you will be tasked to sell your winning sandwich recipes for 7 days. This is important as this activity will give you a hands-on experience of how to sell and be part of the food industry. To help you in determining your product sales and profitability, we created a basic accounting sheet that will track sales per day as well as the inventory. It takes some skill and a measure of hard work to be a part of the food industry, and I hope that the knowledge that we imparted will be of use to you in Gardenia's The Next Big Sandwich Hit. So, good luck in the competition, and remember to always believe in yourselves. This is Chef Annalie Mariano for Gardenia.